Have to worry about flooding where you live just because where your home's located, or have to buy flood insurance? Think again.
In segment 2, 2 News consumer reporter John Matarese shows us one couple recently forced to buy this expensive insurance and why new FEMA mapping means you could soon be told the same thing.
Imagine opening your mail one day and learning that your home is suddenly in a flood zone and that you'll have to pay hundreds of dollars more each year for insurance. Far-fetched? Nope. It's happening to more and more homeowners.
You can tell that our basement starts pretty much right along here.
Chris and Kate Howarth love how their home sits high on a bluff about 40 feet above a small creek at the end of their property. That little creek was never an issue until they recently received a surprising letter from their mortgage lender.
We got a letter back in March from Bank of America saying that our house was in a flood zone, zone A star, and we were going to have to purchase flood insurance for our home.
Worse, they say Bank of America then went ahead and started deducting flood insurance right out of their bank account.
We got another letter from Bank of America saying that they had purchased lender insurance for $2,000.
Another $2,000 a year. But Chris and Kate insist their home is not in a flood zone.
Has that water ever come near the house?
No, it has never come near the house.
They even have a document from their insurer, State Farm, stating that their structure is not in a floodplain. And they have another from the county, saying the house is well above base flood elevation.
We have paperwork from the county saying that our house is well above the flood zone.
But the Howarths are not alone, and it's not just Bank of America. News reports from around the country describe many other homeowners suddenly forced to buy flood insurance. Why? It turns out FEMA redrew flood maps after Hurricane Katrina. And if your home sits in an area that could be hit by a 100-year flood, you may now be forced to buy flood insurance. I called Bank of America, and the lender promised to review the Howarths' paperwork and reconsider if there's enough proof this house on the hill is not in a flood zone. Until then, the Howarths' dreamy view is costing them hundreds of dollars they can't afford. My advice, if your lender suddenly tells you that you need flood insurance, don't just accept it. Consult with FEMA, your insurer, and the county. And if you find you're not in a floodplain, gather your documents and fight back. And that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
Now, that's important because in a late-breaking update to the story, Bank of America has now informed us that after re-examining the case, it has decided the couple does not have to buy flood insurance. We want to know what you think.